The video "Innocence of Muslims" was made by a figure referring to himself as Sam Basile. The film is a very inaccurate and derogatory depiction of the Islamic faith. It falsely portrays Muhammad in numerous ways that are all equally offensive. Muhammad, a symbol of the Islam faith, was presented as an uneducated, immature leader. In the film, he fell into the position of leadership, when in reality, the belief of Muhammad's reign as a prophet, which was initiated by a revelation from the angel Gabriel, was the beginning of Muhammad's prophecy and the religion we know today as Islam. The film depicts the morals that are taken from the Quran and presents them in a way that inaccurately demonstrates how the scriptures were created. The actor playing Muhammad makes up the laws and readings from the Quran as the scenarios through the story continue in order to get what he wants. In the Islamic faith, the scriptures that his disciples recorded as, for lack of a better word, guidelines to live by, were beliefs Muhammad received from their deity. History states that the word of the prophet was directly passed down from God himself through Muhammad. Unfortunately, the negative depiction of Muslims in the film is in some instances a reality of the belief of some people. Sufficient amounts of uneducated people know the stereotypes the movie presents as a realistic representation of what Muslim people are like. The beginning of the video is a great example of a common prejudice numerous people have about Muslims. The movie starts with a great amount of unprovoked violence. However, there is no patent history of unprovoked violence that would lead people to assume that correlation even exists. There is a part in the film where the police arrest a group of Christians for crimes they didn't commit, thus uprooting another prejudice of the Islam faith, that they don't tolerate any other religions, which is also proved wrong in the active practice of Islam. Proof of this is within the Quran itself. Many of the prophets and stories of the Bible also are apparent in the Quran because Muhammad, the final prophet, believed in the other prophecies that preceded him. Aversive to contrary beliefs, the Islamic faith is very tolerant and accepting of outside Western religions. After the film was released, the Pakistani government decided to declare a national day of protest against the film, which caused violent protests in the Middle East this past week. Various protests made up of tens of thousands of people escalated into violent unrest that ended up killing a reported 15 people and wounding 120. Mobs attacked local buildings and businesses of no political or international significance. A number of movie cinemas close to the Afghanistan border were set into flames during the mob attacks. This civil unrest and rage is not just aimed at the United States or at the makers of the controversial film, but also at the Pakistani government. Tabarak Latif, a 22-year-old protester in Islamabad, said Zardari, the Pakistani president, is a man with no grace. He should resign. Our rulers are traitors. They are American slaves, and they should be ashamed of themselves. The video has uprooted some huge conflicts that, by the looks of it, have remained dormant within the citizens of Pakistan until now. Due to the apparent presence of social media in today's economy, the video has and is continuing to receive mass amounts of attention, which is arguably contributing to the controversies.